Alright, day 9. Today we're talking about tracking alcohol. Okay, if you don't drink, then you can skip ahead with this video. Okay, but if you drink, this is something that you need to watch. Okay, so realize that alcohol is, tracked a little bit differently from other foods. Okay, so firstly, a gram of alcohol has 7 calories. Okay, so what I want you to do is, if you're logging this onto MyFitnessPal, it's not going to be accurate, right? So make sure that you're tracking it separately. Okay, how I like to do this is say the drink that you are having, if it's a, whiskey sour and it has 200 calories, for example, because alcohol is not a macronutrient, it's not going to be in the goals that I'm setting for you, obviously, right? So 200 calories, and we know that carbs has 4 calories per gram, fat has 9 calories per gram, and your protein number is sort of like holy. It cannot be touched. Like whatever happens, you need to hit your protein goal, irregardless, right? So with the carbs and fats, your alcohol can be either channeled into that, right? So meaning, if it's 200 calories, I should make the number a little bit more whole, but that's fine. 200 calories divided by 4, that's going to be 50 grams of carbs that is going to come out of. So say you had a carb goal that day of 200 grams, right? If this drink constitutes 50 grams, you have only 150 grams of carbs left to play with. Okay? The alternative is to track this under fat, right? Which is actually a preference of mine. And that will be dividing that 200 calories by 9. Okay? And that will come out of the total number of fat calories for the day. You can do a mixture of both also. So carbs and fats. What you would do is take 200 calories divided by 2 and then split that into carbs and fats. To keep things simple, just make sure that you are accounting for the alcohol that you are drinking. Okay, a couple of other tips that I think are really important for those that, drink a lot. So a couple of tips around alcohol. The first thing is to limit the amount of alcohol you are consuming to 1 to 2 times a week. That's going to help you drastically reduce the amount of calories that you are intaking. Okay, the second thing, right, is to reduce the amount of foods, and especially fatty foods, that you are eating that particular day when you are drinking alcohol. And make sure that, after you drink alcohol, you aren't, going out for like, supper and like a drive-through and all of that, because, the food that you consume after alcohol is going to take much longer to metabolize, and if it doesn't, because your body is still trying to get rid of the alcohol in your system, right, it's much easier for all that food to be converted into fat if you are in a calorie surplus. Okay, so a couple of other things that you could do is to look for like mixers that are sugar-free, avoid juices and all these kinds of things, which are usually mixed into like cocktails and all of that, and that's also going to save you a ton of calories when on days when you are drinking. Alright, so I hope this helps, all of you guys that, can't go without, your alcohol, but it gives you a couple of tips that, you can incorporate to still make this doable and sustainable in the long term.